Hey, what's up YouTube? Caleb Roth here, also known as the Book Flipper. We're going to talk about long-term storage fees, not a very popular topic, especially since the email just went out about a week ago, letting you know what you're going to be charged if you do nothing. So in the past, Amazon allowed you to have one of any item. Again, I sell books. I've got about 9,000 books in inventory. Most of those are individual titles. And in the past, if you had one of any given book, no problem. You could just let it ride and you just pay the normal storage fees of 2 to 3 cents a month. Amazon got sick and tired of people paying very little to take advantage of their warehouse space. And so they finally stepped in and did something about it. They removed that single unit exemption, which means that if you have some long tail books or just some poorly priced books sitting in inventory for more than 6 months on February 15 or August 15 of every single year, so every 6 months, you're going to get charged, instead of 2 to 3 cents a month, you're going to get charged somewhere about between 30 and 40 cents at 6 months. And once it's been in there for over 12 months, when those date hits, it's actually going to run you probably 60 to 70 cents per unit. So again, those fees, they shouldn't kill you, especially if you're sourcing books to have a higher ASP or average selling price. And you should be selling probably 50 to 70% of your inventory within 6 months of sending it in anyway. So you really shouldn't be getting hit with a lot of these fees. But every year we see people freak out and worry about it and try and figure out how they're going to pay a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, or in some cases tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how efficient you run your inventory. So here's what we're going to show you. There's a lot of ways to deal with this. One, you can just set your repricer, if you use one, to try and get your inventory that's older and just try and move it. You can either match the lowest prime price, or in some cases match the lowest merchant fulfilled or merchant fulfilled plus a couple pennies. So you try not to keep that price war going down, and just try and move your inventory. You want to be careful that you don't sell it at too much of a loss. To dispose of your inventory is going to cost 15 cents, 15 cents. And to send it back to you, which you shouldn't do unless you really want that book on your shelves, is 50 cents, 50 cents. So if you can lose 14 cents on an item by selling it at, $6.50 or $6 or whatever it is for that specific book, depending on its weight, it's actually better to lose 14 cents than to lose 15 cents, and you get a sale out of it. So good for you. You'll just help make Amazon a little bit more money than throwing your book away for you. So it's not time to panic. Again, we are sitting at the middle of July right now. We have about 4.5 weeks until these fees are going to be charged. And if you're good with Excel, you can by all means do all this yourself. I want to show you a software that somebody put together. His name is Frank Lacey, and reached out to me and kind of showed me what he did. It's a little bit more elegant than working with spreadsheets. So if Excel scares you, this is actually a pretty good solution. I make nothing out of promoting this. I'm just trying to help show some options that are out there. I've actually got a coupon code that'll help you save 10 bucks. And again, if this isn't something you can do with your own repricer, or if you're not super savvy with spreadsheets, then this may be a good solution. So step one is to get your inventory health report. You can do that under reports, fulfillment, and then over on the left under inventory, you usually have to click on show more, do inventory health, download, and then request download. Now, it's interesting to know when you do this report, it's actually going to be several days old. So just because you request it on, say, July 5, a lot of times the data in there is actually going to be from 2 to 3, sometimes 4 or 5 days old. So it's not perfect, but this report actually, let me show you what it looks like. What it does is that you can actually copy paste this into Excel. If you're good with Excel, this is just a text file, and this is just the way Amazon spits it out. It'll actually show you how many units you're going to get charged long-term storage fees for 6 months, what your projected fees are if you did nothing today. It's also going to show you how old your inventory it is. And what's really interesting is this actually shows you, gives you your price, the sales price, the lowest AFN or Amazon fulfilled, which is prime, so the lowest prime new price, the lowest prime used price. And these are the only places when this data is actually shown. Amazon's API only shows the lowest 20 offers, sometimes 15 offers, depending on which calls you make. And if there's no prime offers in there, they're not shown. However, on their inventory health report, you can see the data. Now, keep in mind, it's up to several days old, and prices change all the time. So it's not the very best source of data, but it's a decent source. You can also see the lowest merchant fulfilled new price and the lowest merchant fulfilled used price. So when it comes to reprice your inventory, it can be very helpful. So here's the software. It's LTSFsolutions.com, so long-term storage fees solutions. Again, Frank is the guy that put this together. The way they set this up is you can go here for free and actually upload your inventory health report and quickly see what your fees are going to be, which categories are going to be charged fees, and you can actually help reprice some of your inventory. And then if you want to do a paid promotion or a paid plan, again, if you're not great at working with spreadsheets, I'll show you how this works. It'll actually help you reprice some of your inventory. And again, you can just key in on inventory that's going to be charged and try and help drop the price and move your inventory. It costs $50 every 6 months. Again, you're going to get charged fees every 6 months. So if you have a decent size inventory, this may be a good solution. Gold does not exist yet. It looks like it's $60 every 6 months, and I believe Frank said that this will allow you to actually set up some inventory removal requests as well. So the way this works is you can click on inventory analysis, and you can simply take whatever file you had. So I'm going to take the sample one I had. This isn't my account. I've had a few people that were nice enough to share their accounts with me. Simply drag your inventory health report right here. It's going to do its magic. So again, rather than you trying to set up filters or play around with Excel, it's going to do the work for you. And you can see for this individual person, most of their inventory is books, about 1,400 books. Total long-term storage fees are not that much. It looks like this person's only been selling for a couple months. Nothing in their inventory is going to be charged 12-month fees, which is great. They've got 160 books that are going to be charged $47. So we can run the numbers on that real quick. 47 bucks divided by 164 is a little less than 30 cents a book. So again, unless you're selling $8 prime books all the time, which I wouldn't recommend, these fees shouldn't kill you, but it is a great opportunity for some spring cleaning. Try and go through there. So what can we do from here? We can do next step. And again, it's going to show you what your total fees for this individual person is going to be, just over 50 bucks. You can set what rules you want here. So we're going to say I want to match the lowest FBA, or I want to match the lowest FBA plus a percentage. If you don't want to try and encourage a race to the bottom, you might just want to match it. I don't know if there's any merchant fulfilled options. You can also set a floor price. So if the floor goes below 8, go ahead and set it to 8. We can exclude expensive items. We can exclude items with certain ranks. So there's lots of things you could do. So you can kind of play around with that if you want. And again, we can reprice specific categories or just leave that alone. And then only reprice specific long-term storage. We're going to do any inventory with long-term storage. That way it doesn't reprice all the other inventory if you don't want it to. Simply come down here and click reprice inventory. And it's going to say total records processed 1,400. So I don't know if this repriced everything. You can see the report file. So you can pop up here and it'll show you that's not 1,400. So that's good. It should only be doing the ones that are going to be charged fees, about 160. And it's going to tell you what your SKU is, what the title is, your old price, $5, new price, $5, change 0, and it was repriced to match the lowest FBA. Now again, we set a floor price of $8. So in this case, you can see it reached our floor. It looks like items that are under your floor are not going to go up to your floor. They're just going to stay where they were. So that might be something you got to be careful of. At any rate, you can kind of go through and see this. Again, you could copy paste this into Excel if you wanted. When you're ready to go, if you like the report that you get, you can come on here, right click the new inventory report file to upload to Amazon. You can save this as a text file, just like it already is. Save it on your desktop, something you're going to remember. Save it, and you can actually go back into Amazon and upload that file back on the inventory management page, or manage products with upload. Let me see if we can see what that looks like. So if you go to inventory, add products via upload, or rather it might be pricing. Pretty sure it's going to be managed via upload. So let's go in here. Again, you can do check and upload your file. The file type should be the price and quantity file, and you could simply drag this file directly into there. So again, this is not my account. This would not match up if I did it, but you could do that, click upload, and you're done. So that's a way to reprice it with this solution. Again, if you're handy with spreadsheets, this could be something you build yourself. However, time is money. If this is going to save you some time, this might be a very good option. Frank has been pretty responsive. It's a brand new site. If you have ways to improve it, by all means, reach out to him or comment on this video. And again, I make nothing out of showing this. The coupon code, if you want, is CR Caleb Roth 10 and then OFF, all caps. So it's CR 1010 and then OFF. You'll save $10 off, I think, just your first payment. So if you want to do that, and Frank was nice enough to give me a code. And again, I don't make any referral fees off this. I don't want to. I'm just happy to share that this is one way to deal with your long-term storage fees. Thanks for watching.